So anyways, this new expansion just released. There's 5 new champions. Who do we have? So we have Kayn. I saw Yi. There is, I don't know the rest of them. Kayn, did I say Kayn already?
Kane, Master Yi. We have the Runeteera exclusive. We have Jax, and we have Ornn.
Jax. Oren. Wow, okay, cool. Wow, they really added Ornn before a lot of other characters. Seraphine's not even in the game yet, right? Wow, really interesting. All right, I'm super excited to see these.
Okay, so one thing about this expansion, they introduced a new card type called equipment, which, if you know the lore between Darkin, Darkin are like these things captured inside weapons. So equipment is basically weapons. You can put them on a unit, a champion, whatever you want. And then there's like stats on that equipment. If it's like 1 health, 1 attack, that's the stat you give to that unit. And then whatever text is on the equipment, you also pass on to the unit you give it to, basically.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense, I think.
Okay. All right. So to give full context for Kane, here's like 10 cards. Have fun.
I'm excited to see this. Okay. All right. So Kane's a 5-mana 2/5. He has his own origin, which is the Shadow Reaper. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. Auto equip the Darkin Scythe. When I kill an enemy, heal me 2. Level up. I struck twice. When I level up, recall me. So when he levels up, he gets back to your hand, and then obviously you probably pick your form next time you play him. When he has the weapon on or the equipment on him, he just gets +1 attack, I'm guessing, right? But it's on the equipment itself. It's not actually him.
Yeah, so one interesting thing for that too is that when Kane attacks, he gives the Darkin Scythe +1 attack, and when Kane dies, the equipment goes back to your hand and will have that +1 attack permanently. So you can technically, when Kane dies, you can give this equipment to another unit, and whenever they attack, it will get +1 attack too. But one funny interaction is that if you do give the Darkin Scythe to another unit and you summon Kane, Kane will literally just yoink it out of that unit and give it to himself. So that unit will lose the attack.
Interesting. Does that work with every equipment, by the way? Like when your unit dies, the equipment always goes back to your hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Shadow Reaper is his origin. So you may put any cultist cards in your deck during deck building. Once you have summoned 3 cultist units, draw a Kayn. I'm just gonna assume, you don't have to go into this, that all of the cultist units are somewhat playable on average. Doesn't have to be good or bad, just on average. Because maybe, I would assume if they're gonna push a champion like this, they would probably see somewhat play. So I'm gonna go with that. So his upgraded red form, Rost, is 5-mana 3/6, auto-equip Corrupted Scythe. When I kill an enemy, fully heal me and heal 2 to your next. And the Corrupted Scythe is 2-mana equip attack, grant Corrupted Scythe +1/+1. So he gets +1/+1 just for transforming, I guess, or just...
No, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why it says equip there. I think that's a mistake. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea why that's there. Just assume that's not there. Okay,
so I'm gonna just look at that as like the Shadow Scythe as well. So we're like, the equip is actually not there. Okay, yeah. So on attack, he gets +1/+1 is what you're saying. Okay,
yeah,
that's okay. Sounds good. And then the Shadow Assassin is the exact. Oh, sorry, he has Challenger and Overwhelm. And then for the Shadow Assassin, Elusive in Challenger, and he gets the Shadow Scythe. Okay. The Shadow Scythe is just +2 instead of +1/+1. You know, which makes sense for his forms. So in League, like, the red one's the tankier version, and then the blue one's the assassin, so they mimic that pretty well. And then his champion spell is Kane's Shadow Step. Give Kane quick attack this round. He starts a free attack challenging an enemy. Create Kane in your deck. That's 4 mana. Wow, this is a really cool card. Okay, so this one's interesting because you can kind of adapt to what you need in your deck. I don't think I've ever seen a champion like this in Runeterra yet, where it can adapt so like this depending on your matchup. Sometimes you're just going to need a tankier guy. Sometimes you're just going to need more damage and have the elusive keyword. So this is very interesting. Now the question is, how relevant is this? His level up is not hard whatsoever. You just have to attack twice. He is kind of slow though. The Darkin Scythe, when you attack twice and then he levels, you don't actually get to keep that stat when he picks like a form, right?
It does. The Darkin Scythe basically transforms into the Corrupted Scythe or the Shadow Scythe and keeps the stats.
Wow, okay, that's a little better.
I will say that his cultist package is quite synergistic with him, and the units overall and the cards even, the spells I mean, are on average very good.
Is this a bait? you said that so quickly. I feel like you were nervous that I was getting it correct.
Yeah, Rarran, what is it? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But the cultists are pretty good.
I would probably say this card's probably fine, but depending on how good the cultist package is, it could probably be great, but I'm going to lean towards more like average towards like mediocre. Like I feel like this is too slow. That's my final answer.
It's really interesting that you give that answer because Kayn is extremely mediocre.
Yes!
He is so mediocre, in fact, that you really have to look at all the context to really judge how good he is, because a 5 mana 2/5 with Challenger is pretty bad, but if you look at his origin, like I said, the Cultist card package is very good, so there's no downside there because he is a Runeterra champion, so you have to play those Cultist cards. But the fact that once you've summoned 3+ Cultist units, you draw a Kayn. Kayn is so incredibly consistent that his mediocrity kind of makes up for that. So let's say your opponent is trying to kill Kayn with like a instant removal spell. You can play another strike spell, and Kayn will level and recall to your hand. So with that recall, he kind of protects himself. It's really cool that synergy is there. And then once Kayn is leveled into Rost, just like in League, you always go for the Darkin form because it's just much better. You're kind of unstoppable because Rost keeps healing itself back to full every time you strike. The unit is unkillable every time you kill a unit with Rost. You heal your Nexus too. You're super stable. So he is so mediocre that the consistency of his package makes him pretty good, but not insane. Just okay, too good because of all those tools that make him so reliable.
Yeah, no, super cool. Now, wow, I'm really excited to see what they came up with a champion that's not in League. That's crazy. All right, so Master Yi. 3 mana 2/3 quick attack. Round start, reduce the cost of a spell in your hand by 1 this round in flow. Grant all allied Master Yis everywhere +2/+0. What is flow?
Flow is you've played 2 spells or skills.
2 spells or skills in the same round or just in general?
In the same round.
In the same round. So he's dealt 12 damage. Okay. His level up is 3 mana 3/4 quick attack. I immediately strike the weakest enemy. Round start, reduce the cost of a spell in your hand by 1 this round. And flow, grant all allied Master Yis everywhere +2/+0. 3 mana 3/4 quick attack. So he attacks. So I just got to make sure I understand this. So when he attacks the weakest enemy with quick attack, but then does he get another attack after? Like whoever you want to, like whether someone's blocking or not, or you know what I mean?
You can see it as you're committing your attack, you click the attack button, and Mastery instantly kills that unit, and then it continues. It's like, it's just poof, gone.
I will say, before you even send me the champion spell, I think this guy's pretty bad. So I think the champion spell has to be pretty interesting. Oh, 2. Okay. Master Yi's Wuju style. 1 mana burst. Give an ally +2/+0 this round. Create a meditate in hand. Create a Master Yi in your deck. Okay, that's not horrible. 1 mana burst spell is pretty decent for that effect. Is meditate also burst? I think it is, right? Yeah. 2 mana. Give an ally +0/+2. So for 3 mana in total, you get 3/3 this round, and it's burst. That's pretty good. His base form sucks. Like it's absolute garbage. Like I don't know why I would ever want to play this. Reduce the cost of the spell in your hand by 1 this round. Sure, like that's fine. But then you have to play him. You have to wait a whole round and then you reduce the cost of the spell. Like what if you don't even have a spell in your hand? That's even worse. But on average, you probably do. I don't know, dude. I feel like this is so bad. Like I don't know. I can't imagine a world where I want to play this card over anything else. Like it's probably like maybe there's a very niche deck that like can build around this, but it can't be that strong. Like this feels so weak. That's my final answer. I don't know. There's no way.
Yeah, you're pretty much spot on, to be honest. Master Yi in Ionia, like the whole package, it seems like it should be pretty good because Ionia is so good at doing flow stuff, but Master Yi himself is just bad. But the cards he got to support that flow playstyle are basically just played in every other deck because that is good, but Master Yi himself is just not. So Master Yi did not find a competitive deck. He is being experimented with a little bit, but his win rates are really bad. So yeah, spot on.
Let's go. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Like the upgraded form is good, but like 12 damage to get to it is so bad. Like what? Like you just showed me Kane, and Kane is just so much better than Master Yi. You should have started with Yi.
Yeah.
Like you should.
Yeah, but I had to give the context for like the equipment and stuff.
No, you're good. You're good.
Later.
Nora, 2 mana 1/2 is elusive. Nexus Strike, plant a mysterious portal randomly in the top 4 cards of your deck. You've summoned 6+ created allies. So I'm going to guess just based off that level up, a mysterious portal is generating you a random follower. So mysterious portal is summon a random 2 or 3 cost follower. If your board is full, create a 0 cost fleeting copy in hand instead. That's a very spooky card. Not as spooky as when you showed me Bard, but like this is very This can be extremely toxic as well. There's a chance that depending on what you like, why does it have to be a random 2 or 3 cost? Couldn't they just pick one and just made her like it? I don't know. The fact that there's so much variance in that is very spooky as a design. So I'm hoping she's not toxic, but I'm gonna wait to hear what you have to say about her. Let me see the level up. Okay, 2 mana, 2/3. Your mysterious portals now summon 4, 5, 6, or 7 cost followers instead. Nexus Strike, plant a mysterious portal randomly in the top 4 cards of your deck. Nora's Portal Palooza. 5 mana burst spell, plant 2 mysterious portals randomly in the top 4 cards of your deck. Draw 1. Wow, this is a really interesting design. Okay, so her base is not horrible because at least she has elusive. So there's a good chance that she at least gets to strike the Nexus once, unless your opponent can immediately answer, obviously, but there's a good chance she gets to do it once. The variance on this card is extremely spooky. So I would just say, like, straight up, like, this card is probably really good. I have a feeling that a card like this could just straight up win you a game. That's disgusting. Like, so when I played 100 games, there are a lot of 2 to 3 cost followers that were actually pretty decently statted. Like, and they all have like their unique effects. So I'm not even considering keywords or anything here. So, I mean, I'm playing a 2 mana 1/2, you can't deal with it. And then I immediately start just summoning random followers that are just extra value and tempo that you have to now react to. And then if she ends up actually leveling, like, how do you even manage to deal with that? She doesn't have to be on the board when you summon them, right? Like, it just says you summoned. Oh, yep. Dude, this card's broken. This is broken. I mean, the only way I can see this being bad is that you're just unlucky. Yeah, no. This is good. Final answer.
Nora's actually pretty bad right now. So
wow.
Here's the thing, right? To level her up, you need to have summoned 6+ created allies. Created allies mean that you don't have them main decked. You generate them, basically. Right. So units you summon from portals help towards that level up. But the thing is, you don't really want to summon minions from those portals unless he's already leveled up. So that means you're kind of building a deck that plays a lot of created units like as early as possible in the game, and those cards are usually pretty bad. And then you also have to think that she shuffles a portal in the top 4 cards of your deck, and you can't start summoning those portals until turn 2, and Nora needs to Nexus Strike to actually do that. There are a few other cards that are also able to summon portals, like that Portal Palooza, but it's just on a pretty bad card.
But interesting. I'm okay. I'm gonna stand behind my statement. Even though you told me she's bad, I'm gonna stand behind my statement. I'm gonna wait for you to tell me she's broken at some point, because that feels really scary. Also, this is the type, I've said this for like almost every episode so far, but as the power creep in this game goes a little higher, and inevitably every card game does, right? She only gets better. Like, she'll only get better. So be very interesting to see where she is from like a year from now with more synergies, more cards, but I'm very surprised she's not good. So Ornn, so he is tough. For those of you who don't know, tough, it means that you take 1 less damage. I know that now. He's from Freljord. 7 mana 4/4, play, equip me with an exact copy of an ally's equipment or the strongest equipment from hand. Attack, forge me twice. An ally has struck for 10+ damage. Okay, so a lot of stuff to unpack here. Really interesting design, because he is a blacksmith, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't, I don't. So equip me with an exact copy. So he gets a copy of the strongest ally's equipment, or he gets the strongest equipment from hand, which is not a copy, it's just the equipment itself. So he gets basically +2/+2 just for attacking.
Yep.
That's okay. So wow, that's pretty decent. And then an ally has struck for +10 damage. That means he doesn't actually have to see it as well, right? He just an ally. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. All right, level up. Okay, so he has tough again. 7 mana 5/5, play, equip me with an exact copy of an ally's equipment or the strongest equipment from hand. Attack, forge me twice, and then summon an attacking Spirit of the Ram with my stats. So the Ram's the ultimate, right? Oh, okay, you just sent me the card. It also has Overwhelm. Yeah. Interesting, man. Wow, this is a really cool card. Okay, what's this spell? 5 mana slow, Ornn's Bellows Breath, forge an ally and deal 1 to all units, then do it again. Wow, dude, I don't know. This is such a crazy card. I guess it really depends on how powerful equipment is, and I'm guessing because it's a new like card, they pushed it pretty heavily. I don't know. I feel like he's probably fine. I can't imagine this is that strong. It's probably like decent though. It's much better than like Master Yi. Like I pick this guy almost all the time because rather than buffing my E up, he at least actually comes down as a big meatball. So he's probably good. He's probably good to fine. I wouldn't say broken, but he's probably like pretty decent. That's my final answer.
Yeah, Ornn is pretty bad. I'll be completely honest. He sees play in one deck that has an okay win rate, but it's really not because of Ornn. Ornn is just there as like, okay, sometimes I'm forging a weapon, sometimes I want to equip a weapon so that I can copy it and give it to more of my units. But overall, he is pretty weak, and that comes down to the fact that he kind of wants to be played in this really strange mid-range style of deck, where you are forging that weapon on like one of your units while you're playing. Like there's a 3/3 that forges, there's a 1/1 that forges, so you have like some units on the board while you're turbo buffing one meatball, and then Ornn comes down as that second meatball. But at that point, your opponent probably has heart removal, and Failure doesn't deal with heart removal. They can like free stuff, they can give their units health, but if they have a point and click removal spell, Ornn is gone.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I wouldn't play this card in Hearthstone. Like this card is too bad in Hearthstone. Like this wouldn't see play. All right, Jax. All right, super excited to see what Jax is. So Jax makes total sense with the equipment package because he literally, like, he's the weapon guy, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, he looks so good in this game. Oh, he's the weapon master. So he has his own origin as well. Grandmaster at arms. Okay, so 2 mana 3/2. Auto equip the Light of Ikitha. I'm gonna go with that.
Ikathia.
Ikathia. Okay, level up.
I'll save you from the comments on this video. Ikathia.
Thank you. Level up. Equip allies of struck for 15 damage. Okay, 2 mana 3/2 is not super great. So what is his champion thing? Grandmaster at arms. You may put any weapon master cards into your deck during deck building. Again, I'm just going to assume on average they're fine, if not good, just because they're making an entire origin around them. So I would hope that most of them are playable. Okay, so the weapon is a 1 mana 0/0. If Jax has leveled, this weapon has Overwhelm and it has quick attack. Is the second icon Forge? Is that what it looks like on the
Light of Ikathia?
Yeah. What is that?
So on base level, that's quick attack, and the second item is, or the second keyword is Forge. Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, it's the equipment icon.
Oh, okay.
It's equipment.
Okay. His non-level is not super strong because he doesn't even get buffs on the weapon, right? So he needs to kind of be leveled. So you have to forge this weapon to be stronger. At least you don't have to pay mana, I guess, to equip this on him, but. Okay, his leveled version is a 2 mana 4/3. He auto equips the weapon again. Attack, give me +1/+1 for each equipped ally this round. Give me +1/+1 for each equipped ally this round. Is that good though? Like, what if you have no equipped allies? And this is just absolutely, I guess he gets +1/+1 regardless because it counts for himself, right? So he automatically gets +1/+1. This just seems bad. Okay, what's the champion spell? Give Jax Barrier, 3 mana burst spell. Give Jax Barrier this round and forge him. Buffalo Jax into your deck. Okay, the champion spell makes him a little bit better, actually. I don't know, like I don't know. Again, like I look at Master Yi and I see the same problem as Jax. Like you're going through so many hoops to make this guy work. The weapon's fine though. Like if he does actually level, getting Overwhelm is good. But like, how late in the game are you gonna level this guy up? You have to get equipment on allies first. And then you actually have to make sure they do 15 damage. That could take a lot of time. And the payoff for this doesn't feel very strong. So like, I'm gonna go with he's not great. But depending on how great his origin is, he might actually be decent. But I would assume that he's not good.
Okay, do you know the lore of Jax?
Yeah.
Like that he fight. Okay, so he fights with a lantern, right?
Yes.
That's like his whole thing.
Yes.
So the weapon masters are actually like chefs. They're like people that are fishing, and they have like these equipments. Like the chefs have like pots and pans as equipment, and the fishermen have like an actual fish they just slap people with, and fishing rods and stuff. And what these cards have is they're like 2 mana 1/1s, which is horrible stats, but they improvise a weapon, which means you get to see like 2 weapons on the screen. You can pick one of them and they automatically equip that weapon. So that's the entire weapon master package. So you're gonna have a lot of cards that are actually equipped, and the equipment is like +2 attack, +0 health, and Overwhelm is a keyword. You even have a scout weapon, and I don't know, I think you're pretty familiar with Runeterra. You probably know that scout is pretty broken because you can attack twice. So Jax himself, like you said, is very weak. However, Jax, because of his package, is still the single best card in the entire expansion. Because like I said, these weapon masters are really understated. 2 mana 1/1s, there's like a 3 mana 2/2. There is a card in the game called Concurrent Timelines, which says the first time you summon an ally, transform it into another ally of the same cost. What happens is you play a 2 mana 1/1 that transforms into like a 2 mana 2/3 plus the weapon. So every single round, the first ally you play is like grossly overstated. And because of Jax, you can put every single one of those weapon masters in your deck while they're normally like in different regions. So Jax is by far the highest win rate card in the game right now, or well, one of. And it's not because of Jax, it's just because of those weapon masters and that card, Concurrent Timelines. So I agree, Jax kind of sucks, but just because of that one card existing, he is very, very good.
I'm gonna take a W for that because I didn't realize that was a card. Dude, okay, anyway, Zeddy, thanks for coming. This was awesome. Love it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.